Hello guys, my name is David Fields and welcome to Fieldskills. In today's video we're going to talk about the pine tree and all the many uses you can have for it, from controlling your body's core temperature through building fire. So let's get the camera, take off to this pine thicket and see what we can find here on Fieldskills. Just walking around through here, there's a lot of deadfall. All of this can be used for firewood, especially this tree right here. A lot of limbs up off the ground, they should be dry. We may harvest some of those to help us with starting our fire. But first thing I want to do is find us some fatwood. Spent any time in the woods and watched any videos out there about fire starting, people have talked about fatwood. And right here is a prime example of fatwood. Let me see if I can get... Alright, see this old stump, broken off piece right there? This knot, this tree has been injured. It has, for whatever reason, and when a tree is injured, a pine tree, the pine sap, the resin, runs to that area to heal that injury on the tree. When bark is peeled back, will do it. And when that wood grows, it gets that, what is called fatwood or pine pitch. It's a very high resinous wood in there, and it's so easy for starting a fire. Let me show you. I've already taken a few pieces off of that in the past, so I knew where this was. But let's just chip off. And I wish we had, as Emerald Lagasse would say, smell-o-vision. But that is very turpentine in its smell. And it has most pine, and this stand is a yellow pine. The inside the wood is white, and we'll see that when we split some up in a minute. But when you've got fatwood, it's got a very red or orange tint to it inside. It smells like turpentine. And this stuff will take a spark, will take a match. Oh, that smells good. And inside it, let me see if I can show you that. Right in here, well, is a lot of that fat red. Here's a piece that shows it a little better. See how red that wood is right in there? That's when you know you got fatwood. So I'm going to put some of that into my little ditty bag here, collection bag. And let's cut a little more off. Right here is where some pine pitch is run out and dried, but these knots, that's going to have pine fatwood in it. A lot of resinous and pine resin in there because this tree was injured somewhere there. So come along here. And this will show you a good view of that. You can see the area here that's reddish, orange in tint. That has a lot of resin in it. This light yellow or white area around the edge is the normal, healthy wood. So you're looking for pine that has that red tint to it, orange. And again, this smells a lot like turpentine. Okay guys, this pine has fallen, but it's up off the ground, so we should have some good dry wood. And when we talk about fatwood, great place to find it is where a limb comes out of the trunk of the tree. In this case right here, I just broke this off. And as you can see, very reddish tinted wood, faint smell of turpentine. So this has got some fatwood property. But you can cut off limbs here because that sap will drain down to these junctions in a tree. That's a very orangey wood itself. And so we can collect some of this, will be very good fire starter and kindling for our fire. Through that. So I'm going to process some of this up, put it in my ditty bag here, and we'll take it back to camp and start processing our fire. Look at the color patterns in there. You can see anywhere it's red, that has been sap. So even though this is the majority wood, it's got that resin in it, and we split that down, it catches a flame real easy. We'll show you that back at camp. But right here, you can see where a limb was taken off. In that red area, that's fatwood. But I don't know if you can see, but there is a shiny gel coming there. I don't know if you can see it on the end of my, all through here, and that is the pine sap coming down to heal this area. This is some dried, the little white area up there. We'll process it down last, but let's split some wood, and I tell you what I want to do. I want to cut this into about half. This is also going to kind of be a one-stick fire process for us today. How to create a fire with just one stick. So let me. Now let's grab our baton here. Get my bush knife. Let's split some of this wood. Tell you what, when I look inside that, that's a lot of moisture. That wood, even though we found it up off the ground, has absorbed a lot of moisture. It may be too moist. Need to fire. We can split this down into smaller and smaller pieces very easily. And just create what we need for our smalls to start a fire. Just continually breaking that down, and you can get your smalls, your thumb size. Let that. Alright, I'm going to lay that aside. I'm afraid that wood's going to be too wet for us. Being up off the ground, I thought it would have probably been fine, but if not, what we really want to talk about is the fatwood. Let me change over and get to a little bit more of a carving knife. Alright, this piece of fatwood here, the red wood we processed, it's very dry. I tell you what, I'm going to see if we can do some shavings, kind of a mini feather stick out of this. I don't know if you can see that, but shave it up. Give as much surface area to that as you can. Just keep feathering that down. And we can cut that off to a very fine feather. Alright, let's just processing a little more of this fatwood. Kind of making a feather stick out of it. Getting smaller and thinner curls. You can really smell that pine pitch coming out there. Really has a good smell to it. That turpentine-y smell. Alright. Let's see if that piece of fatwood and just those feathers will take a spark for us. It's wanting to catch. There we go. And that is fatwood. Okay, let's see if we can get this fire going just using, as you see that fatwood, the tin foil didn't burn up in my last fire. Like that out. Get some of our smalls. Let's see if we can get them to catch. Alright, as you see, that's very smoky. That's the resin in pine burning off. That's why you'll see if you cook with a pot over a pine fire, you'll get a lot of really black sticky soot on the bottom of your pot. But using just that one little piece of fatwood, we got some of this. And I wanted to see if some of that we split up. It is so damp, I don't know. It have to dry out before it burns. But since we split it and showed it, we need to use it. But just let your fire grow. Using these, I went and just collected some more just pine off of that fallen tree right over there. I just some of the branches, the small branches that should really catch and go, and we're starting to build up, just allowing that fire to breathe and to grow on its own. Next time here on Fieldskills is fart, bark, chili. You heard me right. We're going to make fart, bark, chili. next here on Fieldskills. Again, my name is David Fields. I'm glad you joined me today, and as I end all of my videos, I use the quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, where Emerson said, "Life is not a destination, life is a journey." So I ask you to join us next time as we journey to self-reliance here in the great outdoors. Thank you for watching Fieldskills.